In this video, we are counting down the top 10 police chase showdowns and takedown tackles. So make sure to stick around to the end of the video to find out which scene is the most epic. But before we get into it, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get it.
Officially confirmed.
An alien ship detected in the solar system, not alone in the universe.
Number 10. A man on a motorcycle was being chased by the police, and he was giving the police such a hard time that it looked like he was actually gonna get away. The chase led on for close to an hour. The man must have been really confident the police wouldn't catch him, because at one point he stood up on top of the bike taunting the cops. He even stopped to put his earphones on underneath his helmet, all of course while being recorded by a helicopter in the sky. His fun and games were about to run out, however, as his bike started to run out of gas. He then ended up surrendering on the ground at a gas station.
After over an hour making his last stand, the biker turned into a gas station and gave up.
Aww.
Number 9. A man wearing a security jacket was standing outside the West Covina Police Department in California, waving around a baseball bat. He must have been out of his mind or just really mad about something to be calling out the police at the police station. Well, it didn't take long for one of the police officers to come around the side and tackle the man through the door. Number 8. The guy in the car was on an epic crime spree, which ended up leading to a long car chase. The car eventually came to a stop. The man probably ran out of gas and was surrounded by the police. However, he still wouldn't surrender and get out of the car. So they sent in the canine police dog. It sure as hell worked. The dog jumped through the window and ripped the guy right out of the car.
Suspect versus Canine, a dramatic takedown that's been viewed thousands of times. Authorities say the man you see here had just led them on a...
Number 7. Police responded to a shooting at a neighborhood complex. When the police arrived on the scene, they started rounding up suspects. One man was detained and put in the back of a cop car. While sitting in the back of the cop car, the guy managed to roll down the window. Not really sure where and how he thought he was going to get away, but he climbed out of the car and started running, all while still being handcuffed. Although he only got a few feet away before being tackled and pinned to the ground.
Up off the ground, literally carried him to another cruiser and finally got him under arrest. Again, we don't know what his involvement was with the shooting or if he had any involvement.
Number 6. This guy really thought he was playing Grand Theft Auto in real life. He stole this red SUV from a gas station, which also had a little boy inside the SUV. Police and helicopters were hot on his trail, so he blocks a minivan on the side of the highway and hijacks a second car, ditching the little boy inside the first minivan. He then starts driving the opposite way on the highway. The police try to stop him using spike traps, but he just keeps on going, topping speeds of 100 miles an hour, swerving through traffic in the opposite direction up the highway. He finally gets off the highway and crashes into another car. He gets out and looks like he's about to hijack his third car, but then just gets back into the minivan and keeps driving. Soon after this, he rear-ends another car, keeps going, and then sideswipes a silver BMW. The woman inside the silver BMW stops, and that's when he makes his move and hijacks his third car. 2 hours later, he crashes into oncoming traffic at an intersection and gets out of the car and starts running. He makes it pretty far, but then loses momentum trying to hop a fence. That's when the cops get there and take him down. Number 5. This guy decides to ditch his stolen SUV on the freeway while being chased by the police. He starts running and jumps the island, running towards oncoming traffic on the opposite side of the highway. Really not sure what he was planning, but he jumps on top of a minivan. Unclear whether he really thought he was gonna hijack the van, but soon after gets pushed off the roof of the van and gets tackled to the ground. Number 4. Police in Florida are fed up with all the motorcycle and SUV stunt riders doing wheelies on the freeway. So a police trooper speeding to the scene sideswipes one of the bikes and he falls to the ground. The biker, however, manages to get back on his bike. However, right before the police officer gets out of his car and performs the most epic takedown tackle ever.
Swinging a cane around, walking the center of the complex.
Number 3. Police are called to a housing complex responding to a call about a sexual assault and a man carrying a cane. When the cops show up on the scene, the man resists arrest. He completely ignores them and turns around and starts walking away. But then he gets crazy and turns around and pulls out a knife. So one of the cops tasers him and he falls to the ground yelling. But he must have been on something because he rips off the taser prongs out of his chest and gets up and starts running. The cops chase after him and even fire 2 shots in his direction with a handgun, but somehow miss. The chase then ends up on the street in traffic. The cops then taser him for a second time, but he still keeps running. However, he eventually goes down and gets tackled, and that's it for him.
Drop it now!
Number 2. Police respond to a call where a girl walks into a Walmart with a brick, threatening customers. Later, inside the Walmart, she finds a knife and continues threatening customers with the knife. But that's not all she finds, because she soon finds herself at a standoff with the police. It doesn't end well for the girl because she eventually gets tasered and drops to the floor down for the count.
Deadly weapon. She was taken to the hospital for evaluation, and authorities say she ingested methamphetamine earlier in the day.
And coming in the number 1 spot, a group of 5 teenagers find themselves on a high-speed chase down the highway, going over 100 miles an hour, weaving through traffic. The SUV tries to make a quick move to lose the cops by trying to catch the exit in the far right lane at the last second, but then gets hit in the tail by another speeding SUV. The teenagers then crash into the Meridian and their SUV flips and comes to a stop right before a police car comes and rams his car right into the already flipped upside down SUV. Miraculously, all 5 teenagers survive the crash, and one of the guys is seen crawling out of the back window. A second guy is seen following, but is quickly ripped out of the flipped SUV and is knelt on and handcuffed. These guys must have did something really bad before the chase. An amazing job by the helicopter capturing all the camera footage, because then you see the remaining 3 get ripped out of the side door and manhandled before getting arrested. Anyways, that wraps up the list of top 10 police standoff takedown tackles. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch more videos like it, make sure you check out all my other videos. And if you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button below, subscribe. Till next time, catch you in the next one.